I've always been obsessed with the discarded history of strangers. Estate sales are my sanctuary, places where entire lives are laid out in cardboard boxes, sold off for a handful of quarters. Last Sunday, tucked between a stack of dusty encyclopedias and a box of cracked porcelain, I found it, a 1970s Polaroid land camera. It felt unnaturally heavy, the plastic cold and almost expectant in my palm. To my surprise, when I checked the film counter, it showed a tiny red 1. One frame left, trapped inside that dark chamber for decades. I felt a strange obligation to it. I brought it home, wondering what ghost of a moment was still waiting to be captured on that final chemical canvas. My apartment was silent, bathed in the long amber shadows of the setting sun. I pointed the lens at my empty hallway, a mundane shot just to test if the mechanics still worked. Click-whir. The camera spat out the square of white film. I watched, mesmerized, as the gray haze began to bleed into shapes. But as the image sharpened, the air in the room seemed to vanish. Standing in the center of my empty hallway, in the photo, was a man. He was tall, thin, wearing a charcoal suit that looked like it was made of smoke. His face was a blurred smudge of features, his body angled toward me. I looked up. The hallway was empty. There was no one there. Thinking it was a double exposure or a trick of the old film, I grabbed my phone and took a photo of the Polaroid to zoom in. On my phone screen, the man looked different. He was closer to the edge of the frame. I took another digital photo. He had moved again. His hand was now resting on the frame of my bedroom door. In the physical Polaroid, he was static, a frozen memory. But through the digital lens, he was stalking me, crawling through the layers of technology to get to the present. Panic is a slow burn. I set the Polaroid on my desk, but I couldn't stop looking. Every time I blinked, every time I checked my phone's camera, he progressed. He was no longer a flat image. He had depth, a terrifying, oily texture. Then the sound started. A mechanical click-whir echoed from the kitchen, then another from the living room. It was the exact rhythmic sound of the land camera's shutter, and with every click, I heard a heavy, dragging footstep on the hardwood. Click-whir. Step. Click-whir. Step. He wasn't just moving in the photo anymore. He was using the sound of the camera to carve a path into my reality. The air began to smell like ozone and developing chemicals, bitter, thick, and suffocating. He was coming for the one who released him. I backed into the corner of my bedroom, the Polaroid still clutched in my trembling hand. The figure was now so close, his face filled the entire frame, a void of ink and shadow. I looked down at the physical photo one last time. The glossy surface wasn't flat anymore. It was rippling. A pale, spindly finger hooked over the white bottom edge of the paper, followed by another. The paper tore with the sickening sound of snapping bone. A gray, solid hand reached out from the photograph, grasping at the air of my room, pulling the rest of him through. Some things are better left unexposed. Like and follow UNSeen. For more hauntings, tell me in the comments, what's the strangest thing you've found at an estate sale?